What is up, everybody? We are back here at King Film Sports for some more March Madness betting locks. We get into the Sweet 16 here. Been a bit of a rough tournament thus far, but we will bounce back. I have a play on every one of these 8 games in the Sweet 16, so be ready for it. Take notes. Also, be sure to leave your predictions in the comments down below. As always, like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So first here, we have the Michigan Wolverines going against Villanova. And right here, give me Villanova minus the 4.5. I'm never fading Jay Wright here. I think he's the much better coach in this matchup as opposed to Juwan Howard. I know Michigan has a lot of raw talent. I mean, you're taking their starting 5 probably over Villanova's starting 5, but I just love the coaching and the depth of Villanova. I think Colin Gillespie is going to have a great game. Their front court talent isn't the best, so I think Hunter Dickinson will have like 20 points, but I think Villanova does get the W, and I think they covered the 4.5 point spread there. Next game, we get to Arizona and Houston, and I know Arizona looked a bit shaky against TCU, maybe got a little lucky there at the end, and Houston has looked good throughout the first 2 games, but give me the Wildcats of Arizona minus 110 on the money line here. I think Arizona had a bad game against TCU. Their best players didn't really shoot the ball very well. Benedict Maturin was pretty good, but I think Koloko, Kirk Carissa, Tubelis, they got to shoot the ball better, and I think they will. They were a bit inconsistent the entire year, but them winning that game just sells me even more because I think they will have a good shooting day against Houston. Houston, very efficient team, very well-coached team under Sampson, but I just don't think their talent matches up with that of the Arizona Wildcats, so give me Arizona minus 110 money line there. Next, we get to the West region. Arkansas Razorbacks versus Gonzaga. And this is kind of tough because both of these teams have won their first 2 games but are 0-2 against the spread. Still here, I'm going to take the Gonzaga Bulldogs minus 9. I think they were exposed a bit against Memphis in that last game. Memphis did everything except hit a couple shots down the stretch to win the game. But I think Chet Holmgren's going to bounce back. Arkansas is not known for their front court talent. I think True Timmy also going to have a great day. Nemhart is going to close it out with a couple dagger threes. JD Note, he's got to play a lot better if Arkansas wants to win this game because that was an ugly, ugly game against New Mexico State. They're not going to get away with that against Gonzaga. So give me Gonzaga minus the 9 there. Then finally, we get to Texas Tech and Duke. And I'm taking the Texas Tech Red Raiders money line minus 110. Now, this is a game of opposing styles here. Duke, one of the best offensive teams in the country. Paolo Banchero, he's going to drop about 20, 25 points probably. But this Texas Tech team has excellent defense here, and that's what I think is going to propel them to the victory. I don't think Duke is going to make enough shots. In Texas Tech, they're not going to have as bad of a shooting game as they did in the last game. So I think they make more shots and they win this game narrowly over Duke, but this is going to be a thrilling contest. Now we get to the Friday Sweet 16 locks. First here we got Providence versus KU, and in this one I'm taking the Jayhawks minus the 7 points. Now, they had a bit of an Arizona type game where they looked a little shaky as the 1 seed against an inferior team. But still, I'm taking them against a Providence team who did look good against Richmond. But, I mean, they were so lucky throughout the entire season. I think they're going to get exposed here. I think they had a great shooting night against Richmond, and Richmond's just not too good of a team. But going against the 1 seed here, I think Kansas has a great game. I think Kansas' front court dominates. Ochai Agbaji, David McCormick have huge games down low. I think they dominate points in the paint and cover the 7-point spread there. Next game, we get to the double-digit Sweet 16 matchup. This is only the second time that I can remember that I've seen this matchup, with the first being Syracuse and Gonzaga back in 2016. So this is going to be a great, fun game here. And Iowa State and Miami, give me Iowa State plus 120 on the money line. They're going to muck up the game. They're going to turn it into a fist fight on the court, which is something I like to see in March. I think the defensive team always has a better shot than the offensive team. So give me the Cyclones plus 120. They didn't make a lot of shots, but that Wisconsin team was one of the best shooting teams in the Big Ten and the country, and they just couldn't do anything there. Neither could LSU in the first round. Don't get me wrong, Miami has great talent, and they were pretty good in ACC play the entire season, brought it to USC, and really brought it to Auburn. But still, I love the value with Iowa State plus 120. I think they get it done there. Next, we get to 15 seed St. Peter's going up against 3 seed Purdue. Now, Purdue is the much better team, but this is March Madness. Anything can happen. Give me St. Peter's plus the 13 points there. I know that last game, it was against Murray State, and Murray State really got exposed, but St. Peter's makes their shots, and they make their free throws. They are a very efficient team. They don't turn the ball over too much. They play great defense. Don't get me wrong, if Purdue plays their A game and St. Peter's doesn't really show up, this could get lopsided, but I'm betting that St. Peter's stays in it, gives us a great game, and Purdue has been a bit inconsistent this year. Wouldn't be surprised if they laid an egg and St. Peter's has a legitimate shot to win down the stretch there. Now, finally, we get into the last game here. We got UNC and UCLA, a battle of the Blue Bloods for a spot in the Elite Eight. In this one, I'm taking the North Carolina Tar Heels to get it done over UCLA. They really brought it to Baylor, up 25 points. Then Manick gets ejected, and it all goes haywire for them. But I think with Brady Manick back in, Armando Bacot, he's got to play better, especially make his free throws down the stretch. But they've got RJ Davis, Caleb Love, Leaky Black. I love their starting 5. If they can keep their composure down the stretch, I think they have more talent than this UCLA team. UCLA, very battle-tested, and they will make a comeback, make it tough for this UNC team, but I love North Carolina and the value at plus 120. So with that being said, let me know what your guys' betting locks are in the comments down below. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.